Sohaida binti Basir from University Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia Front Institute. I teach Introduction to Entrepreneurship, a compulsory subject for DET student, Diploma in Engineering Technology. And today I would like to share our topic about equity financing and debt financing. Well, student, if you will want to start a business, definitely you will require resources. If you still remember the resources that we have discussed in class, there are the 5 M's. Okay? Manpower, money, machine, material, and market. Well, to be precise, I would like to concentrate on money in preparing it for our new startup venture. See, there are 2 sources of money to start business. Whether you choose to start your business with other people's money, which we call debt financing, or you can choose to start a business with your own saving. So starting a business with your own saving is where we call it an equity financing. So it may sound easy, right? But it is actually not easy. So what I would like to share with you today is not so much yet about the pro and con of both type of financing, but I would like to share with you what are the determinants, what are the factors that will allow you or will get you especially the debt financing. You see, there are 5 factors for you to be able to consider upon looking for financing. The first factor is what industry are you on? In what industry are you on? Okay, as you may have remembered that there are 3 types of industry in the economy. There are primary, secondary, and tertiary. Okay, so obviously we are talking about primary industry. It is an excavation industry where it's involved the putting forward or preparing to have what is inside the soil, what is in the sea. Okay, for example, fishing, agriculture, logging, plantation, and this is all in the primary sector. Okay, what's next? Then we have secondary sector. Secondary sector basically is a manufacturing sector. You have the raw material, you want to make it into consumer goods or business goods, then you have to process the material, process the raw material into the semi-finished good or final goods. What's the next thing? Now you have the ready for sale product, or you want to sell, you want to have the product to be delivered to your customer, whether they are your business customer or whether they are your consumer end user. So we need services. Services like what? Services like selling, buying, warehousing, banking, education, transportation, delivery, all that kind of service which is not into the making, which is not into the manufacturing, is put under the category of tertiary, where the 3 sectors are actually mutually working together to be able to get the industry work in the economy. Now obviously, this comes to the decision that if it is happen to be the primary or secondary or tertiary, there will be a requirement and different business model to to get the business on foot. Number one, type of industry. Number two, it will look into what type of business that you plan to start. Okay, you want to own the business yourself, which we call sole proprietorship. Okay, well, if you talk about the sole proprietorship, basically they won't go big. See, they will start small. Compared to maybe you want to go into the second type of business, which we call partnership. Okay, because the partnership can go up to from 2 to 20, and it will mix, or it will blend into the small group up to 20 people with different capacity, different competency, and of course, this is one of the advantage of having more than one people, more than one members, to be specific, in the entity. So the third type of business is company. Okay. Company is like partnership, but it is more formal. Okay, and I'm not trying to explain the pro and con of this type of business entity, because this is not what I plan to do. Right, what's next? Right, hold on, let me change. Okay, these are the factors, or determinant factors on deciding whether should I go for debt financing or should I go for equity financing. Okay. Type of industry, and what's next? The type of business. What's next? Now, size of business. You see, when you want to start a business, you have to consider, should I go for micro size? Should I go for small size, medium size, or large size? First, numbers of employees, and second is your sales income. Okay. So that will differentiate the size of your business. You have to decide, okay, from what size, with what size of business that you want to start your venture. Because the bigger the business, the bigger the size, the more money it will require. Well, what's next? See, when you are thinking of, especially when you are thinking of going into this debt financing, let me change it to, okay. If you are thinking of going into this debt financing, especially the debt financing, then you should realize the status of your business. I think what I mean is in the age of your business. Is it a new business, or is it an established one? See, if you look at the diagram I've showed you here, okay, from seed to small tree, the size does not yet produce something. Means if I were to resemble these two business, it didn't produce something yet. Okay, so when the tree keep on growing and become a mature tree to produce fruit, which is the objective of tree, farmers plant tree, and that will bring fruition to the farmer also. Okay, so the farmer can sell the fruit to get profit from selling the fruit. Same goes to our business. See, if your business is new, okay, if your business may not have the competency to stand on foot, okay, chances that you may get financing is small. Well, if that is the case, what should you do? You should think of starting the business using your saving. As I mentioned many times in the class that the concept or the approach we are trying to impose on you, the Ampertech model, is where you are going into business with a pooling factor, not pushing factor. See? Do you still remember what is pushing and pooling factor in starting a business? Okay, which one is positive? Pooling factor or the pushing factor? Which one will realize your desire or your dream to own a business? Surely it is a pooling factor. Well, let's move on to the purpose of you asking for financing. Well, student, please remember that when you go for financing, there must be purpose for your financing. Okay? Now, if you talk about seed capital, is the money where you will use it for researching your business. You have not started the business yet. But of course, you will need to do some homework. You will need to do some preliminary survey. So for sure, you need some money. Then you move on to the startup capital. Is a kind of working capital where you will need it to buy equipment, your material, machine, and your stocks. Okay? Mezzanine and bridge is where you're already stable. Okay. What I'd like you to remember that you can choose to do business with your own money, saving, and go for bootstrapping, or you can choose to go doing business with debt financing, mean borrowing from others. Okay. Both will have pro and cons. I didn't say that borrowing is bad. It's just a matter of you need to consider the determinant of factor that will give you chance to get the financing. Well, student, again, I would like to repeat, as in our classes, previous classes, that if you have problem, do come back to me and we will discuss and clarify matter precisely.